Hey guys, we have begun the last world, technically, of Demon Souls 5-1, the Valley of Defilement. And contrary to what I heard, the first part of this world actually doesn't have poison. There's only one spot where you can really get plague, and there is a lady, NPC, that sells cures for it very, very close to where you can get the plague. So this turned out to be far easier than I thought, and was also a lot shorter, especially thanks to Kuro being there. So I just want to kind of show off in the beginning here while I'm waiting for my character being able to summon Kuro's. Kuro spent a bit of time and actually got me several weapons, but this is one of the ones that I have with me, is the guillotine axe, and I think it's one that you see on Executioner Meralda, one of the NPCs, I think, and I would like it a lot because it's one of the quicker axes. And then he also got me a couple of halberds. You'll see one of the halberds that he got me during the boss video next week, and also I was able to get a ring from him which enables me to have HP regeneration, which is useful in this world. I suggest that you might want to equip that also if you have it. And also I have the shield, as you'll see here, that also gives me a bit of HP regen also, and you can get that from the boss at 4-1. But anyways, having said that, he is summoned now and we go forward. There are some shortcuts, is what he called it, and you can go through and just fall through these holes, and that will enable you to get through the level pretty quickly. So the monsters are really nothing to really blink at here on this level. They're pretty easy to take out. There is an item over there that I did not get, so I cannot tell you what it is. I did not cheat and look it up online, but I did not get that because I was mainly just trying to keep up with Kuro. I wasn't really sure what's going on in this level. You do want to be careful. The walkways are sometimes hard to see, and they are very, very narrow, so please don't make a lot of erratic movements, any wide sweeps across the level. But if you just follow the pathways, you should be fine. There really aren't a lot of ambushes or surprise attacks for the most part, although right ahead of where I am there are some boulders and some enemies that drop down, so do be cautious when you go forward in this area. Kuro warned me and helped me to avoid taking damage. But going down this little pathway, there is a ladder, and it's a little slow going down, but there's really nothing to worry about. Head down, and we will continue to go forward in 5-1 here, just hacking and slashing at various dead people, and occasionally some insects. So this is kind of the first leg of the, quote, shortcuts, and what you do is you go back here behind the panel and you fall through the hole. That's basically it. You don't have to worry about your landing a whole lot. There is an item that you can get here, and that is going to be a Renowned Hero's Soul, and then there is an item just a little further past the hole, and that one's going to be Crescent Moon Grass, which at this point doesn't really help you at all if you have leveled up a bit. So you can take it, but there's a brief pause there. I had to stop recording in there, but we continued, and then after having dropped through this hole, you drop down again, going down, and there are several monsters down here, so please be careful. You may fall off one of the ledges, and that will cause you to just basically miss a couple of items, but other than that, not much to worry about. There are some more enemies on each step as you go down now, but we're just dropping down and we're getting very close to actually being right in front of the boss room. So going through here, there's more dead people. There are a couple of monsters that are larger than the rest and are a bit stronger, and you'll see them here in just a couple of seconds. Going down here, you have to be a little careful, because if you run off and go too far, then you may die. But chances are, if you just step off, if you go forward just enough so that you fall off, you should be fine. There is a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, I believe, right there, and after that you can go down and get some more items past these monsters. Make sure that none of them sneak up behind you. They do fall in bunches, and you may miss one if you are not careful. But the item here that I was trying to get is a Stony Soldier's Soul, and then there are a couple of items here. One of them is actually a weapon. There's a Shard of Faint Stone here, and then in the very back near the wall there is a Blessed Mace +1, and then you can also get another item right there. After we take out these monsters, you'll see it. And then right here, Kuro wanted me to go first. I think he was worried about me pushing him off or something, but Going past this fog right here is where you can get the plague. So this is the spot where you'll want some Widow's Lotus. That's actually what cures plague. And I don't have much of it, even though I've gone through 4 whole sets of levels. But apparently plague is very hard to catch. And this is one of the only places on this map, 5.1, that you can get it, are from these rats. So you can see here the big warning sign, I've caught the plague. And it didn't really do a whole lot to me, I think primarily because of the ring I have, which enabled me to have HP regen, so I didn't really think too much of it. There was a lady up here that sold a cure, but unfortunately I didn't have enough souls on me to actually buy the cure from her. But if you see here, she sells healing items. She has Royal Lotus and Widow's Lotus. Soldier's Lotus is something else that I had with me that I tried, but I didn't know. That only cures bleeding, I believe, and Royal Lotus kills poison, which is a weak damage doer, but plague is very, very strong. And so if you don't have HP regen, I suggest that you use Widow's Lotus as quickly as you can. And then you can get a couple of shards of Archstone right there, and then we will be seeing a couple of the larger monsters, the jumbo-sized guys, if you will, right here. There's one, and then there's one later on, I think. And then past this, there's really not much to worry about. We're pretty much at the boss room, and so that's where we're going to stop, and then we will show you the boss next week. It should be the Leechmonger, and he's just an ugly guy with a bunch of leeches on him, which is why he is called that. But there are a couple of more monsters here, and some of them did fall behind me, so make sure that that doesn't happen to you. You know, don't take any surprise damage, don't let yourself get hurt like that. In the corner there is some Darkmoon grass, and then if you go up the ramps right here, we will be moving onward to the last part before we get to the boss room. There are some bugs here that Kuro took out before I even got there, and then there's another big guy right here, and then past him there's really nothing else that you have left to worry about. I strongly suggest that if you don't have dragon weapons already, dragon weapons will be very, very, very strong against the boss in 5.1, the Leechmonger, and it will make your boss fight so incredibly easy. So if you don't have a dragon weapon, I have a dragon halberd, which is what I'll be using. Get some kind of a dragon weapon, and that will really help you out. That's just a suggestion. But anyways, that's it for 5.1. We will see you next week with the boss battle, the Leechmonger. Please like or subscribe us. That really encourages us to give you more content. And then check out our Tumblr, which is linked in the description below, and we'll see you Saturday with our classic capture.